Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We begin with our big story tonight. More than a week after the murder rampage that left 7 people dead here in the Valley, we're now hearing from the ex-wife of the suspected killer, Dwight Jones.
She describes the scary control he tried to have over her for years. Good evening. I'm Tram Mai. Caribe is off.
Team 12's Joe Dana is live in Flagstaff for us with her reaction to what happened and also her message for other women. Joe?
Connie Jones speaking here in northern Arizona, where her family actually has a home deep in the woods. It was meant as a hideout from her ex. Connie says she was actually ready for the nightmare that would eventually come, what she considered would be a final confrontation. She took gun training classes, defensive driving courses, and did her best to keep tabs on Dwight Jones. Sadly, it wasn't enough to protect others. Today, Connie was with her attorney on one side, her current husband, Richard Anglin, on the other. Anglin was also the hired private investigator for Connie during her contentious divorce with Dwight Jones in 2009. The two are now married. For several years, the couple says they watched their backs. They developed legal surveillance tools on Dwight Jones. They asked law enforcement to check in on him. They knew Dwight Jones lived perpetually in a hotel, never putting down roots. He went to strip clubs and casinos at times. He made subtle overtures he would take revenge on Connie and their son. He was unemployed and is believed to have recently run out of money he collected in the divorce settlement from Connie, who made a very good living as a radiologist. Going broke. That's what Connie believes pushed Jones over the edge, causing him to carry out a shooting rampage in which 4 of the 6 people targeted were in some way connected to their divorce.
We know that we were the primary target for Dwight Jones, and we are very grateful to be alive today. Secondly, we feel great sorrow for the families and for the victims, 6 innocent people who were killed at the hand of a maniac.
Connie added that early in her marriage with her ex, there were good times, but over the years, she says he deteriorated. She said he became frustrated, and even after the court urged him to get psychological evaluations, he would not. She believes stricter guidelines for domestic violence offenders would help prevent future cases like this. Her divorce attorney, Elizabeth Feldman, who was with her today, also tragically impacted by this, was here as well. Of course, Feldman's 2 paralegals were shot, caught in the crossfire Friday, ambushed by Dwight Jones. And Feldman talked about her paralegals as being dedicated, both of them mothers of children. Really, it was a very sad, somber moment with these 3. And finally, Connie said she does have a message for other women out there. She said, look for signs and look for them early in a relationship. She used a quote that if someone shows you who they are, believe them. She said, try not to make excuses. Try to see someone for their violent tendencies and get help. In Flagstaff, I'm Joe Dana. Back to you.
Joe, thank you.